So y'all, how you like being in Canada?
How you like it in Canada is what he asked.
Cold.
It gets colder.
That was a question for all you people who did not
We live in
understand.
That
Canada.
was a statement that I was asking y'all.
And we need
Thank you,
to
partner.
Yeah, it's a statistic.
Can we get a CD for them?
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, I'll go get it for you.
You know what?
Hold on a second. And you want to tell the story?
Yeah, I'll tell you a big old story about this one time. It's about me and old Kenny G and our old dog named
Hey,
Roscoe.
hold on a second.
No.
Okay, Elizabeth, I'm sitting here telling the story to y'all, and you're trying to talk.
I'm choking on a nap.
Okay.
Do not care about my safety.
So me and Kenny had this old dog named Roscoe. He's a big old, dirty old dog, lived outside on the porch. And one day, he just showed up on our porch. He was out back, chewing on some tobacco. And this old dog comes walking on up at us, and we said, what the hell is this thing crawling at us? It's a dog. And sure enough, that was an old dog. And we said, boy, where'd you come from? This old dog, where'd that dog come from? He didn't even know.
Came from an alleyway, I remember.
Oh, that's right. Where you going, boy?
We forgot the CDs in the van.
Son of a gun.
We can keep telling that story.
Well, all right. So, there's this old dog that shows up. Oh, adios, guys.
Thank you.
Gracias. Adios.
Bye.
LOL, everyone hates
So this old dog that shows up,
I really don't
then
feel it.
we find this guy. We say, well, he looks like he's kind of skinny. You know, he look kind of like that one of those twin sisters from that little kid show, Full House. You know those twins from
Mary Kate
America.
Ashley.
Yeah, he looked like one of those Mary Kate and Ashley girls. Must have been on their sort of diet or something. But we said, nope, that's not how we roll. We gave him some good old pile of steak. Fed Roscoe up. And
Because I love you.
we decided, you know what, we're gonna keep this old dog. It's gonna be a good old pal of ours. So he was a good friend of ours for about 12 years. We spent almost every moment with him. I remember this one time, Kenny was taking a shower and Roscoe walked in on him, saw him full nude right there in the mirror. And I walked in and said, Roscoe, what you doing looking at our friend naked in the mirror? And Roscoe just sat there and just kept looking at him. And then I started looking at him. He's like, damn, Roscoe, what are you looking at that for? That's his old honky donkey is what we call it. Turns out, Kenny had an infection in there. Roscoe was trying to give him a warning sign, clean it out. So Roscoe he's a good old dog. Saved a lot of trouble for Kenny G. But anyway, this one day, later on in life, we were walking down by the creek, and Roscoe he was walking along, and I threw a rock or a stick across the creek. I said, oh, Roscoe, why don't you jump over there and grab that stick for me? Because that was a game we played. So Roscoe, he starts running along and jumps off this rock. Just as he's about to jump, his front paw gets stuck in a hole. And he just snapped that little front leg right in half. And I said, poor little guy. I know, it was a sad moment. So I said, oh, Roscoe, poor doggy. You know, what's wrong? He was sitting there whimpering his stuff, and I just couldn't bear to see him suffer like that. So I pulled out my gun and I shot him in the head. And, so that's how Roscoe died. It's a pretty sad story, but he was a good dog. So then we went back to the house and made some chicken fingers.
Out of Roscoe?
No.
Okay, check.
No, we buried him down in the backyard. We actually used the bag from the chicken fingers. You know how it has that cool,
Okay.
the red plastic wrap. We caught that on fire just because we thought that was kind of funny to burn plastic. So we caught that on fire, and then later on we went outside and stuck a stick in the ground and said, that's where we buried old Roscoe. So that way when we walked by that stick, we said, oh yeah, that's old Roscoe in there. Probably just rotting away to nothing. Kind of sad, makes me want to cry. Michelle, don't cry.
I'm not.
I know you're sad. That's a kind of sad story, but that's part of living out in the country, out in Kansas, where I grew up. So that's pretty much my life. That's the story, one of the main stories of my life. It's true. You don't believe me, do you?
Me? No, I believe you. I'm just listening.
Okay.
I believe the chicken fingers
So-
part.
Yeah. So after we ate them chicken fingers, we're like, well,
Are they
we
good?
might as well go do something fun since Roscoe died. So we just got all of our change together. We went out down to the corner store. Those sacks of balloons. Bought some balloons. with
And
balloons.
that's how Benjamin Franklin invented electricity, right?
Yeah, that's pretty much what it's coming down to.
What are you
I
talking
told the
about?
story about how Rusko, our dog, got in the shop.
Oh, yeah.
That was a great story.
What happened to everyone else?
You know what?
They all left, so they
They
wanted.
all left, all two of them.
Just kidding.
All two of those other girls, the boy and that girl with the long hair.
What about the one that was sitting right there?
You know what? Where'd she go? Anissa.
I'm in the bathroom.
She went to the
Yeah,
red
to the
room.
rave, her feminine
It was
area. It was backed up completely.
No problem.
Oh,
She
yeah.
needed to drain her bladder pocket. It was full of urine. So she had to go piss it all out.
That leaves you good.
Have y'all been to America before?
Yes.
Yeah.
Everybody?
Oh,
Everybody in this
You
room?
have.
Raise your hand if you have not been to the US of
Oh,
A.
true.
No matter how. Wait, what?
There's only been 2 of you hooligans that have not been to our.
Anissa's first time was in August, a couple weeks ago.
Her first time, who's the lucky man?
She went to go see Action.
Oh, really?
In
Oh,
Cleveland.
yeah, we heard about your first time. That's a really great experience.
Anissa.
Sounds very good.
Anissa,
We heard about your first
With
time.
one of the guys from Action Item.
We've heard about that.
What about me?
The first time, one of the action item guys.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there's some lucky sons of guns.
Congratulations, that's very exciting.
Well, the place I went was like really ghetto. Your feet?
Oh,
it was in the ghetto spot.
it was in a ghetto
Yeah,
spot.
sometimes-
I thought those guys were gentlemen enough to take
At least
it.
get a nice motel room.
Yeah,
That's very classy at all.
Whatever.
They're not classy at all, right there.
If
In
you went your
the,
first time in the ghetto spot.
most people call that rape, where I'm from.
If I
in
was out
a
there
ghetto
Canada-
alleyway.
In Canada, the standard is.
Where does it say what?
45 minutes.
Canada.
In Canada, the standard is, I don't even know what you call
Yeah, I think I can keep an eye on that.
ghetto.
Check every once in a while.
Yeah.
I was talking about sexual intercourse.
That's what I was talking about.
Oh, okay.
I was talking about waffles.
The gentleman thing to do.
I like waffles. Waffles is the god for Uncle Matt.
I guess they're a
Yeah, I
little
know, that's
freaky
what I
and
was
sad.
thinking of.
They like to do it in public
My
places
hairbrush.
where the rush is a little higher.
No, it's not big.